So Red Dead Online was announced yesterday, which is basically going to be Red Dead Redemption 2's online mode, pretty akin it seems like to what we got in GTA Online. We have a bunch of new details about the game. We know for a fact that the online mode will not be available at launch, which honestly I think is a good thing, and I'll break that down here in a minute. We do know, however, that it will be coming probably around a month after launch. At least that's when we're going to see the Red Dead Online beta. So this game will be launching in October, and then we will be seeing the Red Dead Online beta in November. So there's a couple different reasons why I think this is a good thing. I want to break that down, and I want to talk about a few of the new details also with Red Dead Redemption 2 that we do now know. Anyways, so going towards this whole beta thing, we do know, like I said, that we won't have online in the actual launch of the game, which honestly I don't think is a bad thing. I think this is actually going to be a really good thing for the game. And the biggest reason I say that isn't because the beta is going to iron out most of the issues, hopefully, with the online mode, but instead it'll give us all an opportunity to actually play the single player. This isn't a Call of Duty game or something like that, you know, where you can kind of just neglect the story in favor of multiplayer. This is a Rockstar game, you know? And on top of that, it's a Red Dead Redemption. There just isn't a skipping the story. If you're like me, you're going into this game excited to play the single player. There's a whole bunch of new features that I've covered in a video before that are coming into the game, including a reworked weapon mechanics system, a bunch of new dialogue options, a new and expanded world with plenty of different locations and lores to explore, a camp thing. I don't even know what to call it, honestly. It's basically just a campsite with you and your followers. Plenty of new features. We also now know that the game will have a first-person mode at launch. So, I mean, we're talking about a game that's probably going to have an awesome storyline. I mean, honestly, I don't really see them disappointing with this, because if you've played the first Red Dead Redemption game, the story was pretty kick-ass, and it was just overall one of the most enjoyable games I think I've ever played. So we're going to get to actually explore the storyline for, well, probably at least a month. You're not going to have to worry about missing out on the online content if you want to focus on single player, because a big issue that would arise if they did release both at the same time, if you neglected the online mode for the story, you would just jump into online however long later that it takes you to beat the game and enjoy it, and everybody else who neglected the story to play online would basically just be stomping you out because they've already progressed pretty far into it. They would obviously have better weapons and other things that you just wouldn't have access to because you haven't played any of it. But the problem with that would be is that obviously they haven't played the story mode, so they're not getting their full value out of the game, really. But on top of that, this beta is a really good thing, and I'm glad that there's not going to be online right at launch because, well, like I said, we're going to get to explore the story, but even then, this beta is going to hopefully make sure we don't have another GTA Online issue come up with this game. Now, I'm already afraid for Red Dead Online, which I'll cover here in a minute, but if this game launches like Grand Theft Auto Online did back in 2013, it's going to be an absolute disaster. If you remember that launch, you will remember that this thing was just, it was non-functional. GTA Online did not function for, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks. It didn't function for a while after the game launched, and I guess that was kind of a good thing because it gave us an opportunity to, like I said, really get into the story of the single player, learn all the mechanics of the game, just enjoy it for what it really is, because Rockstar, like I said, they do it right, man. Especially open world games like this. They do it right. And it gives you an opportunity to explore the map as well. But, you know, when that came out and it was a disaster, I think that if they really tried a beta like we see with Red Dead Redemption 2, maybe they could have ironed those issues out. However, I think it's pretty obvious to us that back in 2013, betas weren't as commonplace in the industry as they are now, at least when it comes to like major games. But this beta hopefully is going to fix a lot of these issues. We're going to really get to stress test all the servers and everything and just try to get this really right. Now, on top of that, it's going to give us a really good opportunity to see what the online mode is going to entail, because if you've played, and I hate to just keep comparing this to Grand Theft Auto Online and GTA 5, but I mean, it's really the best comparison we can make here. If you've played that game and you've played those modes, you can tell they're not the same at all. Honestly, I would say Grand Theft Auto Online has become somewhat of a shitfest due to the fact that there's so many overpowered vehicles and all that stuff, and, you know, a select few people have it and everything, but, you know, that's a debate for a different video. But this beta is going to give us an opportunity to kind of see if this is really a copy-paste of Grand Theft Auto Online, which honestly I'm not expecting much more. But I mean, it's going to be an exciting time. Red Dead Redemption 2 is obviously going to be one of the biggest games of the year, if not the biggest game of the year. This beta is going to be a very important time in the outcome for that game because, I mean, if we can just iron out all the issues for the online mode with this beta, we're going to get a better product when it actually comes out and is ready for us to play. We don't have an official date on when the real online mode is going to release for the game, but we do know that in November we will be getting the Red Dead Online beta. So some of the new features I do want to talk about, they did release a bunch of images and stuff like that of different locations and stuff around the map, and I would show them in the video, but last time I tried doing something like that, Rockstar actually copyrighted the video, so I'll pass. I'll pass on doing that. But it looks like we have plenty of locations and stuff to explore in the online and in the story, obviously. They look pretty good, I would say. I will go ahead and link the screenshots down below if you want to check those out, especially since I'm not going to show them in the video out of fear of Rockstar, or Take-Two, I should say, completely ass-raping me. Anyways, like I said, I want to touch up on that first-person thing because, well, we're going to have that mode right at launch, and I think that's really important. I don't know if you've ever played Grand Theft Auto 5 in first person, but it's kick-ass, it's sweet. And I can only imagine what this game's going to be like with the first person mode enabled, because Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 are not the same thing. They're not taking place in the same, even the same centuries. They're going to be two completely different experiences. Red Dead Redemption 2 already looks beautiful graphically, I think we all know this. This first person, a third person mode thing is going to just add so much different replay value to the game, because playing through Grand Theft Auto 5 in first person all over again compared to playing it in third person was an entirely different experience, I would say. I just think the games are a lot more fun in first person, so if you're going to enjoy that, I mean, that's something to look forward to as well. The game also looks like the RPG elements and stuff are really going to be getting expanded upon in this game. All the dialogue options and stuff, it looks like they're kind of revamping how dialogue works, and they're trying to, you know, fix that and add new things to that and make it better. The map, of course, is already looking pretty kick-ass. Like I said, we've already seen screenshots and locations from the map. The story is going to be pretty awesome. Like I said, there's going to be this camp thing with like your followers and stuff. You can pretty much like hunt for it, and throughout the story that whole thing progresses with that and how people and your followers react to things. There's going to be, it looks like, some sort of karma system as well in the game. So honestly, this looks like it's got a lot of the best elements of like Fallout New Vegas and stuff, like games that I enjoyed that had a lot of these really good RPG elements in them. Looks like it's kind of taking inspiration from those, or it is at least trying to go in those directions, which, I mean, honestly, I'm excited for. But going back to Red Dead Online, what I expect from that, what should we expect from that when it does come out in beta, and then of course when it does come out in launch. This beta, I'm expecting kind of a shit show, because like I said, this is going to be one of the biggest games of the year. So many people are going to pour onto these servers. The game will already be out, so everyone who has a copy of the game is going to pretty much just want to jump into the beta unless they just absolutely hate multiplayer. So the servers are going to be strained really bad, I would say. Honestly, I don't think that there's going to be so much content in the beta, maybe not even as much as we would like, because at the end of the day, they're not trying to spoil the entire online multiplayer and give you literally everything that you can do right off rip in the beta. The beta, after all, is kind of a marketing purpose for Red Dead Online, but then at the end of the day, they're trying to fix a lot of the bugs. They don't want to pour a whole bunch of content in that they're going to have to fix all at once, when they can do that over a longer period of time and get more people interested for longer with content updates and stuff like that. So I wouldn't expect a whole bunch of content. However, I do think that we're also going to see a very primitive stage of Red Dead Online. Like I said, if you compare like the first couple months of GTA Online to what it is now, it wasn't even close, man. The first couple of weeks, the highlight of GTA Online was maybe buying a brand new car for like $60,000, owning an apartment that was worth like $120,000, having maybe all the weapons if you put some time into the game, playing all of the missions and races and stuff. That was pretty much the highlight for the first couple weeks. So when it comes to Red Dead Online, I'm not expecting the flying cars, the goddamn Moabs, everything, you know what I'm saying. I'm not expecting the horses that are plated in diamond that can go, you know, 7 times faster than the base horses and can be shot 400 times before being killed, and the super armor and stuff that basically makes your cowboy invincible, stuff like that, you know. At the end of the day, Red Dead Online, I'm excited to play it, but I think it's going to end up in that same kind of state that Grand Theft Auto Online is in, where it becomes sort of pay to win. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they added some form of shark cards. Honestly, and not even shocked. I would be shocked if they didn't. I will eat a handful of rocks on camera if they don't put some sort of microtransaction into Red Dead Online. Because in reality, Grand Theft Auto Online and their shark cards have made so much money for Rockstar that I can't even form an analogy for it, you know? So Red Dead Online, I'm not expecting much more than Grand Theft Auto Online, maybe just obviously the you know, the simple things like the change in the story and stuff like that. You're not going to see Lester and Lamar missions, hopefully, in Red Dead Redemption 2. We're obviously going to want to see some missions that are catered around the actual storyline in the game that you can play with your friends online or you can queue up with randoms in. Maybe they'll have horse races or something, you know? I don't expect them to kind of stray too far away from that Grand Theft Auto Online formula, because at the end of the day, it just probably wouldn't make them any more money than what they're making now. It would be a dangerous step to really kind of get away from their quote-unquote classic online mode now. Just too much risk, maybe not even enough reward to really justify it. So there you go, guys. I just wanted to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 today, talk about what I expect from the beta, what you should expect from the beta, maybe even what you should expect from the launch of Red Dead Online, and obviously the pros and cons to having this beta. So if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're brand new around here. I will be making Red Dead Redemption 2 content come October. Actually, October is going to be insane for videos. I'm going to have Black Ops 4 videos, Red Dead Redemption 2 videos, probably not any Battlefield 5 videos, but, you know, maybe a launch review or something. And then, of course, going into November, wait, actually, Battlefield 5 is not coming out in October anymore. So in November, you'll be seeing Fallout 76 and maybe Battlefield 5 content. I don't know, man. We're going to see a lot of video games launching in the next couple months. It's going to be insane, so subscribe if you want to see that content. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, waiting to become a cowboy, and signing out.